the charge for the Lakers. A pump fake by Doncic. Over to Rui Hachimura.
The NBA playoffs are upon us, and all of us have different championship favorites. Some teams have better chances than others, while some teams may be dark horses. Meanwhile, some teams don't even have a chance. So with that said, let's look at what winning the 2025 NBA championship means for these teams. 1. OKC Thunder. The Thunder are undoubtedly the favorites to come out of the West and quite possibly win it all. This team is a well-oiled machine that seems to have everything a championship squad needs. It has a superstar and MVP-level player, a great secondary star, and a cast of talented players who know their roles.
SGA once again attacking, should be able to go right by Reed Shepherd, does so.
The Thunder's offense is incredible, and their defense is just as impressive. But what OKC doesn't have is a championship. The Thunder are yet to win a title since relocating from Seattle, and the last time the franchise won a championship was in 1979, way before most of us were born. That's quite a surprise because the team has had superstars since the relocation. They had Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook during their prime years, but they never got the job done. Now they have a complete team that they built from the ground up after trading Russell Westbrook away in 2019. And if OKC wins the championship, that means their rebuild was a success and that trading away a lot of assets was more than worth it. 2. Cleveland Cavaliers. The basketball gods favored the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2016 when they did the impossible. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving not only returned from a 3-1 series deficit, but also defeated the legendary 73-win Golden State Warriors. But when LeBron went to the Lakers in 2018, the Cavs were forced into a rebuild, even though they were thankful for what the King did for them. Since then, the Cavs have built from the draft, acquiring assets like Darius Garland and Evan Mobley. But they also made great trades that completed their championship-level roster. Donovan Mitchell and Jarrett Allen have been exceptional for this team, allowing the Cavs to probably have the most balanced roster in the NBA. They have a strong defense built on 2 defense-oriented 7-footers, and their guards can explode at any moment. So if the Cavs can win the championship this season, that would mean they built this team the right way instead of simply relying on a larger-than-life superstar to carry them home.
In that defensive passing lane. Mitchell looking to settle things down. Restores order!
This title could also be more meaningful than that epic 2016 title run because team owner Dan Gilbert once promised to win a title before LeBron did. While they couldn't achieve that, it would still be very sweet to win a title by rebuilding a team the right way and proving that Cleveland could still get it done without the GOAT. 3. Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics are still the favorites to win it all because they're the defending champions. They are just as good as they were last season, even though there were some games where they looked complacent. But the chance to win banner number 19 is still very much possible, and this would mean they would be 2 titles ahead of the Lakers. This would solidify the Celtics' status as the greatest organization in league history.
From distance, Tatum just 1 for 6 outside the arc, so he goes to the basket, slashes in.
On top of that, they would prove they're not a flash in the pan. Remember that the last time the Celtics won multiple titles in a decade was during the 80s. But an interesting story here is Jason Tatum. Even though he won the title last season as the best player in Boston, some critics still claim Jaylen Brown carried him to the title. Even now, some fans don't include him in their top 5 or even claim he's one of the true elites in the NBA. He's probably the most disrespected superstar in the league today. But if he wins another title and dominates his way to his 2nd ring, that will end the debate about his status as a true elite. 4. Los Angeles Lakers. The quest for banner 18 continues for the Lakers, and they're looking like they're fighting hard to win another title in what is probably LeBron James's final shot at competing for a championship at an elite level. So, while we know that the Lakers are trying to chase the Celtics championships, we also know that this could probably be a last hurrah for LeBron. You may or may not regard him as your GOAT, but LeBron still wants that 5th ring.
As they can and want. 6-5 with 4 in the clock. LeBron, he's got it!
If he does indeed win that ring, that would mean he will be only 1 championship away from Michael Jordan's 6 rings. If you add James's numerous records and longevity to 5 titles, that will solidify his case as the undisputed GOAT. Then there's the Luka Doncic situation. The Lakers pulled the plug on Anthony Davis by agreeing to exchange him for Doncic. Winning a title would make that trade worth it because we know that AD helped them win a championship in 2020. And this will also usher in a new era of greatness in LA, an era that Luka will carry into the future for at most 10 more seasons. 5. New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are very polarizing for a lot of fans because this team performs incredibly well against bad teams, but often struggles against better squads. That means we really aren't sure how well they will perform against the elites in the East. And even if they come out of the East, there's no telling how well they're going to do against the best Western Conference teams. Whatever the case, this is a very gritty and determined team built around Tom Thibodeau's tough system. They were very close to reaching the East Finals last season, with fans saying they only lost in the second round because of injuries.
Jalen Brunson, they've split the first 4. Towns, strong move, and the stuff.
But now they have Karl Anthony Towns and a better cast of players that could help Jalen Brunson out. They also look healthier than they did last season. So, if the Knicks win a title this season, this will solidify their return to the top. The last time the Knicks made it to the finals was in 1999. But they haven't won a championship since 1973. That's one of the longest droughts in the league, and it's surprising that one of the largest markets in the NBA has never been good enough to win a title. But if they win it this year, this could put the Knicks back on the map as one of the most attractive organizations for superstar free agents. 6. Denver Nuggets. You can never count out the team that has the best basketball player in the world, but some people haven't been too high on the Nuggets this season. For one, there's something wrong in the locker room. They fired Michael Malone, the head coach who led them to a title in 2023. That means not everything is doing well in the Mile High City. The Nuggets have to lean on Jokic more than they ever did, and that's not even a guarantee for success.
Down the middle to Brown, knocked away, and Jokic draws the foul.
There's only so much the greatest player in the world can do if the rest of the team can't pick up the slack. But if they do beat the odds and win a title, that would basically solidify the Joker status as the best in the world and possibly even the best in his era. Some people might even claim he's the best center in history. As for the Nuggets, it would mean they made the right decision to fire Malone. Some fans are still raising their eyebrows at that decision, but the front office possibly pulled the plug on their coach for a very good reason, especially when they still have a chance at winning another title. 7. Milwaukee Bucks. The 2025 playoffs could basically dictate the future of the Bucks. In 2024, they made a questionable trade that allowed them to acquire Damian Lillard. But that is yet to pay dividends because Dame wasn't even in last year's playoffs. He has also been going through his fair share of injury problems, forcing the Bucks to rely more on Giannis Antetokounmpo. But like Jokic, there's only so much that the Greek Freak can do. He may be right up there with the Joker as one of the best players in the league.
Good look for him. They find Giannis straight down the lane. Back-to-back dunks.
But the Bucks would need more than a one-man army to win their first title since that inspired 2021 NBA championship run. Some would say Giannis is losing patience with this organization because they've been struggling to surround him with talent. Dame is great, but he hasn't proven anything as a winner. Meanwhile, trading for Kyle Kuzma was never the answer to the Bucks' struggles. If they don't win a title or even make a deep run this year, we may be seeing Giannis in a new uniform by next season. So a championship win this year could change all that and convince the Greek Freak that staying in Milwaukee instead of going to a bigger market or a better team would be worth it. 8. Golden State Warriors. Finally, we have the Golden State Warriors, who are always going to be fighting for a championship because they still have Stephen Curry, the greatest shooter in history. Earlier this season, they had almost no chance of making the playoffs. But that all changed when they made the trade to acquire Jimmy Butler, who was an instant culture changer. He gave them one of the best records in the league after the trade deadline.
Into the backboard, Draymond knocked it away. Butler ahead of the pack. Jimmy Butler will touch it down.
And the Warriors look like legit championship contenders with two great closers. Curry is very old by basketball standards, and Butler and Draymond Green are right up there as well. We know that Steph and Green are already 4-time champions, but Jimmy hasn't won anything yet. But they still want to win another title and put an exclamation point to a championship era that started in 2015. A ring could solidify the Warriors' status as one of the greatest dynasties of all time, all while giving Curry a championship that would solidify his case as the best player of his era. This would also allow Steph to walk into the retirement door with his head up high, knowing 5 titles are more than enough to cement his legacy. Meanwhile, for the Warriors, it's going to justify the many business and basketball moves the organization has made since winning the 2015 championship. The Dubs could also prove their status as the best-run team over the past decade.